Hi. Sorry to turn up unannounced. I thought I'd check in on you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry, please come in.
Thanks.
Tea?
Yes, please.
So, how was it?
Oh, you mean the training? It was really informative. I really enjoyed it.
I'm really happy that our head and governors are finally kicking off an all-inclusive curriculum.
Well, you must be pleased. You've been advocating it for quite some time now.
I have, and don't get me wrong, I am, but we've got so much catching up to do. An all-inclusive curriculum must, form part of a whole school's approach to celebrating difference.
And I know that it's important for schools to be a welcoming place for LGBTQ+ students.
Yes, but it's just all students.
I'm sorry I wasn't as supportive before. I understand that it's more stressful for you.
Yes. So, what did you learn?
Lots, actually. I'm still processing it all. They gave us lots of resources, so there's no excuse not to use them. And after the training, I decided that I'm going to make my classroom a safe zone. So put up posters and stickers.
This is all great, you know, really glad to hear it. I don't have to say it again, right?
Sorry?
It's all well and good that you're putting up posters and banners and, you know, wearing badges, but there's a lot more to it when you truly want to accept diversity.
In the training, they spoke about LGBTQ+ allies. That's how I want to be seen. Your ally.
But you need to be willing to challenge all anti-LGBTQ+ language and harassment.
I'm sorry if I haven't in the past, but I plan to change that. I have it all planned out. I'm going to set ground rules in assemblies and reminders at the beginning of lessons focusing on LGBTQ+ themes and people.
Ground rules.
You know, respecting each other, not talking over one another, not using discriminatory language.
Respecting confidentiality.
So on and so forth.
That's great. I trust that they've given you materials and resources to help signpost pupils with further questions, because you are bound to get some.
This little guide here will be on my desk for all eventualities.
Yes, do you remember when Stone Crabs came to our school last spring term? They done an amazing session on LGBTQ+ awareness with our Year 7s.
I'm gutted, I missed it.
Well, the Isle of Wight Museum and schools programmes have teamed up with them. It's to share the Out on the Island LGBTQ+ local heritage resources in our lessons.
Yes, these are some of the resources here, and I got some for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very sweet. I'm glad that you're using these. These are very important and definitely helpful. You don't seem as excited about it.
It's just, I'm thinking of all the lesson plans I'm going to have to create, and I've already got enough on my plate. It's just going to take up so much time.
You don't have to overcomplicate it. You can save time and resources by just using the materials you have with the lesson plans you have and just updating them.
Okay.
We can adapt these resources to suit us, and if you just keep an open mind, then it'll be a lot easier to spot different opportunities where you can utilise our resources creatively across lots of different subjects.
To be fair, I did learn in the training that to create an inclusive curriculum, it can be as simple as including LGBTQ+ people in what you were teaching.
That's right.
Whether using short examples or the focus of a lesson or piece of work.
Like, if you're teaching maths, then you can include references to LGBTQ+ people and family structures.
Mr. X and Mr. Y were wondering how much a holiday to Italy would cost, or Lila's mums were wondering how many roast potatoes they'd need.
Exactly. So, depending on our students' levels, then we could also reference LGBTQ+ mathematicians or LGBTQ+ figures.
Alan Turing, Tim Cook, And did you know Virginia Woolf wrote a play set in Freshwater Bay?
I only just learned that myself. So much of our queer history is still pretty new to me as well, but that's because so much of it was either hidden or untold, and I didn't even know Woolf had a connection to the island.
I will definitely be using that for a lesson plan. You're right, I'm overcomplicating it. It's easier than I thought.
And we don't have to include everything there is to know about LGBTQ+ people to all the students. We just have to ensure that we highlight relevant things as and when they come up.
They use that a lot in the training. I guess the more you do it...
Exactly, and it might not come naturally at first, but with a little bit of effort.
It must have been awful when they introduced Section 28 in the 80s.
You know, out on an island, done an interview with a retired teacher, Robin Ford, and they discuss exactly that, his experiences of teaching in a secondary school on the island when Section 28 was introduced.
Who would have thought?
It's an amazing listen, and they have it on their website, as well as on Spotify. I listen to them when I'm in the car all the time.
Wait, you've already started using them?
Well, I helped a colleague revamp a lesson plan, and we used their introductions because they have interviews representing different ages, genders, sexualities, and it was great. It really created a discussion on the diversity of our community and how different people of different ages really identified themselves. You see, the recorded interviews have themes of prejudice, identity, bullying, acceptance, and the lack of role models. But it isn't all doom and gloom. You know, if you want some positive stories, and they've got those as well, with people who've lived very happily here as their authentic selves. Oh, I love this map. This is a really great tool.
It is actually. I will certainly use this for my geography and history lessons.
And let's not forget that we have the local museum and heritage organisations to enhance our lessons. You know, we can really try and get the students out more. Really, it's all about our day-to-day life. We need to embrace it to be able to teach, and we need to translate it to our daily actions.
Be the change you wish to see. What I love is that there are ordinary people like Councillor Carl Love in East Cowes and well-known people like Virginia Woolf in West White. These are people our students can relate to. We relate to them because they're local stories.
And we want to make sure that our students are all safe and successful, regardless of opinions or beliefs. Isn't that what we want for our students?
Of course, to reflect the world we live in.
Not just the bubbles we live in.
It isn't fair that I always relied on you for the LGBTQ+ stuff. I just assumed because you were gay it would be easier for you.
And I get that. Lived experiences, etc. But it's not as easy without allies.
Truly, I am sorry. I wasn't always there for you. I always relied on you for the LGBTQ+ vocabulary, and I myself never made the effort to use more neutral and inclusive terminology.
It's okay, honestly. We're all still growing and learning. I'm just glad that I can be out and open and my authentic self in this school, because I know for a fact that other schools, that wouldn't be the case. But again, I'm still not the LGBTQ+ Wikipedia for the school either.
Well, it's time we got everyone on board and started to celebrate LGBT History Month.
Yes, we must do that as well. Oh look, a thank you card. Oh, it's from Dana.
What does it say? Thank you for accepting my new name and pronouns. I feel valued. I'm the happiest person in the world. Oh.